I'll tell you a story. There was once a wife who used to complain that her husband would constantly put her down. He would often say things to her that would hurt her feelings. And then she will lash out back at him, and they will end up in an argument, and one thing leads to another, and before they know it, they end up in the worse shalom bayit than they started off with. So she decided she's going to go to a big rabbi and ask him what she should do. She says, my husband always attacks me, he always puts me down, and then I get all upset, I get all flustered, and then I say something back to him, and it becomes a war. So the rabbi says, just don't say anything back. She says, but how? I'm upset, I'm angry. The rabbi says, listen, just go to Home Depot, buy yourself a plank of wood, take it home, put it in your closet, and also buy yourself a bunch of nails. And every time he upsets you, he says something not nice to you, he says something derogatory to you, just go take one nail and bang it into the wood. Take your anger out on the nail and the wood instead of taking it out on him. She says, that's what I'm going to do. She goes to Home Depot, gets herself a plank of wood, a bunch of nails, goes home, and she stores the wood inside her closet, and all the nails are there as well. She goes downstairs, she's making supper, her husband comes from work, he walks into the house, and he says, no, where's the supper? You're so slow. 1 second. She goes upstairs, boom, 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 comes back downstairs. Okay, she puts the food in front of him, and while she's serving him, says, you look like a clown, what's all these colors on you? And she insults him, he insults her again, she goes upstairs, she bangs in another nail. He hears some banging upstairs, he doesn't know what it's all about, she comes downstairs. By that point already, he tried the food, he didn't like it, he screams at her, what kind of food is this? So tasteless. 1 second, I'll be right back. She goes back upstairs. He's like, I don't understand, where's she going? She comes back downstairs, where are you going? He says, I'm going upstairs, none of your business. He says, none of my business? You? And he calls her a name. Yeah, I'll be right back. She goes back upstairs, but this time he follows her. He follows her upstairs. She goes inside her room, opens the closet, bang, bang, bang. As soon as she exits the closet, he walks into the room and he sees that there's something behind the closet. What's behind the closet? I'm not telling you. And he calls her another name. Goes back inside, bang, bang. She's about to close the door. He holds the door from behind her. Not letting close the door. I want to see what's inside. Sees inside the closet, there's a plank of wood and a bunch of nails. He says, what's this all about? You have to explain yourself. He says, listen, the rabbi said, instead of taking out my frustration out on you, every time you insult me, every time you say something bad to me, every time you hurt me with your words, instead I'm going to take my frustration out on the wood. So this is what I started doing now. He looks at the wood, he says, there's like 100 nails over here. I just came home like 10 minutes ago. I already said so many bad things to you? Yeah, that's how things are around here. Yeah, that's how much pain you cause me. He says, listen, I'll make it up to you. Every time I say something nice to you, you're going to take out another nail. Is that a deal or what? He says, okay, that's a deal. So they go downstairs. By the way, I just want to let you know, I actually like your dress. It matches. I didn't really give it a chance. Oh, thank you so much. He blushes, go upstairs, take out a nail. Comes downstairs. Oh, this food is amazing. Wow. I never really gave it a chance. Wow, I said such a good cook you are. Goes back upstairs, takes out another nail. She blushes again, goes back downstairs. And by the way, I just wanted to let you know that I'm so happy to be married to you. She blushes again, goes back upstairs, takes out another nail. And this goes on and goes on and goes on. So finally, they go upstairs, there's one more nail left. And he says to her the most greatest compliment he ever gave her. He says, I'm so grateful that I have you as my wife. I've never appreciated you enough. Thank you for marrying me. And then she goes ahead, she takes out that one last nail. And he says to her, that we did it, we took out all the nails. And here comes the famous line. She turns to him and she says, yes, although the nails are out, but the holes remained. Although you might have taken the word back, but in the end of the day, the pain is still there. Once you say something, words are like bullets. Once you shoot the gun, you can't retrieve the bullet. Once you said what you said, the damage was caused. And you could say, I'm sorry as much as you want, but once you put the nail into the board, even if you take out the nail and you apologize, in the end of the day, the hole is still there. So be very careful with how you speak. Be careful with what you say. Be careful with how you communicate with people. You might hurt somebody, and even in the end, you somehow make it up to them. You should know that what happened already happened. And therefore, words should not be ever taken lightly. Of course, there's teshuvah, but that just gives us an understanding and impresses upon us the power of words.